these anti-Nigeria elements have infiltrated and possibly compromised deployed against President Muhammadu Buhari, with the implication that a lot of what we have been reading about the government is a reflection of what the anti-government coalition wants Nigerians and the world to perceive and not the reality. From this snapshot of the coalition that is seeking to further compromise Nigeria worse than it already did, it is apparent that their demand, number one, that President Buhari should provide political and moral leadership for the security crisis and ensure government actions are humane in tandem with Section 17, subsection 2C of the Constitution, is one of that they already working against. They have been persistent in distracting President Buhari in performing this very task, and some of them actively sabotage whatever the country has achieved in this regard. This second demand, that Mr. President should end impunity for the abuse of power and sectionalism through his appointments by balancing the need for competence with the federal character principle. In this way, it will demonstrate that every part of Nigeria matters, as sectional appointments appear to fuel sectional violence, is a sad one. It confirms that the coalition is singing from the hymn book of separatists who have been intolerant of their ethnic nationality. It is a demand that is meant to justify the drumbeats of war that have been coming from separatists. It is sad that a coalition that is lying about they are looking out for Nigerians' interests can, by pitching citizens against each other on the basis of political appointments. This is a diss of the efforts of Mr. President in helping on daily basis to restore normalcy to the country. The recent change of the security chiefs is a sign of a new strategy, even though they will build on what the immediate chiefs have achieved. We therefore need to give the new service chiefs the needed time to study the situation and come up with their own strategy. The coalition further demands that the president should take responsibility and end the persecution of the media and free speech, both of which are foundations of a democratic state. Unfortunately, this is one place that coalition has been unfair to Nigerians, in that they are asking for a license to act irresponsibly without consequences. They want a situation where some people hiding under the media can incite violence without being held accountable for their actions. They want extant legislations that govern responsible behaviors in information dissemination to be discarded so that they will be at liberty to deploy toxic propaganda to destabilize the Nigerian state. Why this group is asking for the president to mobilize our rich Nigerian assets to address insecurity situation across the country and seek international cooperation to ramp up security assets, they are doing the exact opposite in contributing to precipitate the security situation in the country. Mr. President has been working hard to address the security situation, while it is apparent that some people are out to jeopardize his efforts. Nigerians have been wondering who these people are, which makes it a good thing that this coalition has exposed itself as part of those that have been undermining the country's security for their own selfish end. Consequently, the coalition's demand that where the president fails to fulfill his constitutional duties as stated above, will demand he steps aside or the National Assembly initiates impeachment proceedings against him on grounds of gross misconduct as provided for in Section 143 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is one of that Nigerians should hold them accountable for. It is a subtle threat and an exposure of their plan to overthrow the government in any way possible. The Nigerian Democratic Front, NDF, hereby alerts Nigeria to the uncovering of the plot by the coalition to facilitate further degeneration of the security situation in the country, which they will then use to launch a Buhari must go protest across the nation. We want Nigerians and the international community to hold every single group and individual in the coalition responsible for any resulting degeneration in the security situation in the land.